Hold up. All right.
I'm taking out of sub-only mode. I don't really care. I know that there's a lot of people that want to speak, and they can. I have no problem with that. This is a very serious situation that I was told. I know a lot of other people are saying things about me as well on top of this, but this is the thing I want to talk about. So let's talk about it, shall we?
That does not include me. I'm
okay. So, this is April of 2021. Okay, I'm gonna write everything down. Everyone just chill and let me hear this out. Okay. We met online when we were playing AT&T Annihilator Cup. This is me and Emmy. I was introduced to her through it, and my chat started to like us hanging out. I didn't have feelings for her or anything, but I thought we could start hanging out more and be friends. So we met through the Annihilator Cup. A lot of you guys know this.
I never got invited.
I was playing with her. My chat liked her a lot. She was fun to hang out with.
I never got invited.
We started to play games with each other on stream, and we started to grow closer together. We started calling each other, and we were flirting. We didn't do anything, but it was pretty obvious that Emiru had feelings for me as well as I had for her. But we couldn't really do anything because at the time, she was dating a girl named Bonnie, another cosplayer from another state, and I was dating Maya.
I still can't believe your
Me and Maya broke up.
Story from earlier.
I broke up with her because the relationship felt stagnant, and Maya's sanctuary started to take over a lot of her life, and we hardly had time to hang out with each other. Since Maya moved out, I knew I wanted a streamer to move into the house, preferably a girl to farm content with, but I didn't want it to happen so fast. I didn't know if I wanted to be Emmy, but she told me about a stalker that came to her house with a bat, and she didn't live at her house anymore. I'm telling you everything, chat, okay? Come on. I'm telling you the whole story.
That's fair.
Sit down and relax.
That's fair enough.
Take a seat.
I'm going to listen.
I told her to come move in with me in Austin because she had a stalker, and we want to make content, and the guy will probably be scared since there's a bunch of people around instead of her in her Kansas home by herself. Okay. From there, our relationship started growing very fast. Within just weeks of moving in, she would sit in my room with me late at night, and I would watch Pokemon over and over again, Season 1. I loved it because she made me feel like it felt like my childhood and a place of calmness. She would fall asleep in my bed. With some nights, we would touch our backs or legs together. We knew we liked each other. We just knew it was a bad idea.
Okay.
Talks of her joining OTK happened fast as well, and I knew that if we were potentially going to date, we'd have to keep it a secret. Nobody was allowed to know. Streamers as well were already starting to resent me, saying that it was a shitty thing that I moved Emmy in so fast and replaced Maya so quickly. If people found out we were dating, I could be hated by my peers and lose what I created in OTK. I didn't know if we were going to date.
That's so fucking... that's just so weak, man. Like, who cares? It's like, oh, he abandoned Maya, like, whatever. Like, bro, like, a relationship ended, and I'm with someone else. Like, a lot of relationships end way before they actually end, right? It's like, you know, like, you don't see each other and all that stuff, and like there's no more feelings anymore, but you're still officially in a relationship, but it's like, but there is no relationship. So I don't know, I feel like that's a weird one. Hiding it from your peers and stuff. The only one I understand is like hiding it from like the viewers because of parasocial bullshit, but I strongly disagree with that, but at least I understand that one. But like hiding it from streamer friends and shit because they will hate you for breaking it off with Maya and then so quickly, and which by the way, that didn't even help. That like people were giving you that shit regardless. Right, like you were still getting shit for it regardless. It's like, oh, he just broke up with Maya and Emmy already lives there or whatever. Right? It's like, oh, he just broke up and it's like he's already with Emmy. Right? Oh, he broke up with Maya to be with Emmy kind of thing. It's like no matter how much you try to spin it, like it's like you're not spinning it.
And I knew if we were going to make it happen, it was going to be very stressful. But I had no idea what was going to come. It was the beginning of January of 2022. Emmy just had her huge party in an arcade celebrating her birthday on stream. Everyone from Austin was there, and as we were celebrating her joining OTK, there was a huge scare. Someone outside in the parking lot rammed into my Audi R8 and drove off. And while we were outside thinking it was a schizo viewer, we were told that the person who just hit my car was now inside holding a gun.
The fuck?
This scared us to no end.
XQC
Yeah.
Me and Connery's pants ran inside in fear to get everyone out and make sure everything is okay. My first concern was Emmy. I wanted her to be safe. The cops came, the drunk driver did have a gun, and was sentenced to 3 to 5 years in prison. Me and Emmy were terrified that night. And on the way home, I grabbed her hand, and she grabbed mine. And we knew we were trauma bonded, and we didn't want to let go.
That's such a weird one.
We would wake up together.
That's such a, like, bro, what is that we're trauma bonded? That's such a weird. I don't think, I mean, I don't know if that is like a ChatGPT thing or did he actually write it, but man, that is such a weird thing to say. We're trauma bonded and we didn't want to let go. That's a weird one. All right.
Stream together and hang out with each other all night. She quickly became my best friend and someone that I felt for the first time I was in love with.
Yo,
We hung out all day,
guys, we
every
listened
day.
to Emmy's
We were
story.
always so happy with each
Like,
other.
I'm listening to his. Like, I was being weird about it.
Playing games until the night, loving every moment we were with each other. It felt poor.
Again, by the way, this is like the beginning of the relationship. This is the honeymoon phase, which, by the way, I don't think Emmy said anything too negative about that honeymoon phase. Realistically, I think it like probably took a few months before he started throwing like phones at her, bottles, and even that, like, she probably didn't even like get that. Like, it wasn't like something that he did maliciously. Realistically, probably just wanted some attention from her because he was so infatuated, right? So it's like these are like not even like bad things. The fact that it ended badly with him you know, giving her a black eye, that's a different story. But I don't think he did those things maliciously, just kind of like just trying to get her attention and affection.
I think it's important to give everybody his story a chance.
I remember one
Like,
day I
what?
left my house. I see a lot of people saying other things that really, I wanted her to be safe. Loving every moment we were with each other. It felt poor.
I think it's important to give everybody his story a chance.
I remember one
Like,
day I
what?
left my house. She called me just so we can be on the phone together, as we always did. And we were playing a song called Falling in Love with You with Elvis came on, and I felt that love, first time I felt love for a girl, and I thought I'd want it to never let it go. The first year of our relationship, we almost had no fights. We started to date officially in January of 2022, and up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth.
XQCL.
She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat.
Yeah, it's basically what I figured about the bottles. Like, it's not a big deal.
Damn, hold on.
Right here. Look at me.
Oh, we can't look at
We
wait.
shall find.
I would throw my phone on the bed.
Yeah, it was just for attention. Like, yeah, like that's pretty much what I said.
I know your face from my dream.
Lob it over because I was going to bed, so I would just throw the phone.
This is my leather worker. Fuck.
That's it.
Had to be there.
And when she, that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily.
I'm willing to intake this information.
She brushed over that I
but the
threw water bottles
though,
with her on my my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brush my teeth.
She also didn't say it was during the fight. She just said he was just doing it. Right? That's it. And listen to this. If he did during the fights, she wouldn't have the chance to say, stop doing that, I don't like it, I scare easily, I bruise easily. Like, you wouldn't say that in a fight, you would say that in a normal state. So obviously that was never, I never took that as if she said that he was doing it in a fight. I don't know why he's saying it. Maybe he needs to clarify, but I hope he's not misunderstanding that that wasn't really the big issue.
She tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. That's it. I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalkers. From the ones that would show up at her old house, and also stalkers that just had from her TikTok postings.
And by the way, with the context of stalkers, if I knew my girl was getting stalked, I would also tell her not to wear certain things. If, let's say, she's wearing skirts and stuff like that, I would be like, don't wear skirts. You're being stalked. Just like think for a second, okay? Why would you wear things that like make you more exposed or like make you hotter if you know you have stalkers? I'm like, and again, not saying like, you know, if we were going out together, if we're going to a specific party, sure, dress up, like, you know, whatever. If you're just going to like the store or whatever, don't dress in a certain way. I think that's completely fine from a boyfriend perspective.
Somehow all
We found
detectives
after
now
being with
touch
each other
some
that her
grass.
stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot from her short form content.
Chat, from a PR
These
standpoint,
people
chat,
were schizophrenic
no joke,
and would think that she is talking to them.
I would just bite the bullet.
Whether it was
on
songs she
the
played,
releasing
the way she
stalker
looked at the
stuff.
screen, or just the titles of the
Sure.
videos, these people started to feel she was talking to
Farms all
them
drama, just say you
and
were
come to
farming
our
it.
house to stalk her. These people thought in their heads they were dating her. They were out of their mind and dangerous. I told her, if we're going to be serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much. Hold on one sec.
I'll switch to this.
And the 11 couldn't take it. Video from my own over and over, and no, I would just lob it over because arcade celebrating her birthday on stream. Everyone from Austin was there, and as we were each other, it felt poor. Jack, relax. I would just lob it over because I was going to bed, so I would just throw the phone. That's all that happened. Bruises easily.
Okay, so it's about here.
And we were playing a song called Falling in Love with You with Elvis came on, and I felt that love virtually nights. I will throw you an example, chat. It would be me up until my cancellation, everything was perfect. She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat. I'm brushing my teeth. Right here. Look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed.
Yeah, like pretty much like that's what I assumed with the water bottles and the phone. Like it's not a big deal. It probably bounced into her eye or whatever, or like he missed, or like he threw it too hard, kind of like miscalculated. Like again, I don't think those two were a big issue. People making a big issue out of those two, like the water bottle and the phone, is kind of stupid. It's the other stuff. And I'm pretty sure what he's gonna say about like the kiss and then like bringing his hand down to, you know, the business area. Pretty sure he's just gonna say that, you know, multiple breakups, multiple getting back together kind of thing. So mixed signals, blah blah blah. And then as soon as she screamed, I stopped. I walked away. I didn't want, like, I'm sure he's gonna say stuff like that. But and again, I don't even consider that to be the main issue. It is the manipulation throughout the relationship that is the issue. Everything else, in my opinion, is less important.
Over because I was going to bed, so I would just throw the phone. That's it. Mm-hmm. And when she, that's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily. She brushed over that I threw water bottles with her on my or my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. That's it. I did feel a lot of stress over the time of our relationship up until this point from her stalkers. From the ones that would show up at her old house, and also stalkers that just had from her TikTok postings. We found after being with each other that her stalkers had a lot from would come to her a lot from her short form content. These people were schizophrenic and would think that she is talking to them. Whether it was songs she played, the way she looked at the screen, or just the titles of the videos, these people started to feel she was talking to them and come to our house to stalk her. These people thought in their heads they were dating her. They were out of their mind and dangerous. I told her if we're going to be serious about this relationship, I need her to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. She agreed and understood that it was a safety concern for not only me, but the house. Russell, Simply, Corey, or anyone that was in my house or anyone that was near us. She agreed that she wouldn't want to hurt anyone else and knew that posting these types of TikToks and posts can mess with us and is something I'm not comfortable with as a guy.
I think that's fair. Obviously, the way he would say it is what matters, but I think that's totally fair. If you are in a relationship and you are doing like provocative, again, obviously, like, is it his job to tell his woman what to wear, what to do? No, but he can say this is causing a problem, and if you don't stop, I don't think we can be in a relationship. And because you're putting everyone else at risk, you might also need to move out. Because you are putting people at risk. If that is the case, that is the argument he's making, right? And again, I think as a boyfriend, you have absolute every right to tell her your concerns. That's what communication is about. It's up to her to listen, right? If you think the shorts content is causing these like issues, then yeah, I think it's totally fine to request her to stop doing it. But again, the question is, how did it go through? Did you just tell her, it's like, hey, stop doing that? Like, you're not doing shorts anymore. If you're doing that, not so good.
So she would tell me that if I had a problem to let her know. And at first it was minor things here and there, but over time it got harder and harder to deal with. There were more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I could get in a ton of trouble with OTK and cause a ton of problems. Would you guys stop spamming never sub, never donated? Okay, relax. I told her if we were going to be serious about this relationship.
Miss, are we still building our Lambo? Oh my god, bro. For what it's worth, I hope he's doing as okay as he seems to be doing. Like that he's not so. I don't think he should kill himself over this. Let's just say it like this. Yes, manipulative, toxic relationship, and again, I don't think somebody should die over this. Okay, I didn't. And again, the sexual abuse, in my opinion, was extremely minor. It's not like he raped a person. If he raped somebody, fucking okay. I don't care if he dies. Okay, I'm like, I hate rapists.
Relationship, I need to stop posting as much and to not farm these people. And then there was more stress on top of this. We both had to hide the relationship from everyone. If anyone found out or was known, I can get in a ton of trouble with OTK.
Yeah.
And it can cause a ton of problems in my life. So I lied to all of my old friends, S-Fan included, who lived just next door to me, and everyone in OTK. And that was very hard for me to do.
But they knew, right?
Stay strong, Miz. This will pass.
We had a doggy door between our rooms just so we can hide it from everyone else, including my roommates. We would lock the doors to avoid our roommates finding out. As time went on, they found out, but to most of our friends in the Austin circle, they never officially knew. That stress alone would drive anyone mad, but our love for each other was strong and we knew we can handle it.
Not sure why that would drive you mad. Also, like, again, I'm not sure what kind of like a problem this would cause in the OTK. I think wasn't Nick engaged or married to that girl? I know she wasn't OTK, but like I don't think it mattered.
So in September in 2022, a lot of you guys know, I was canceled by Trainwrecks and others trying to claim I covered up sexual assault.
Yeah.
It was proven wrong, but that destroyed my mental health. I felt like my brain cracked, and I was never the same since. I was suicidal, depressed, and I didn't know what to do with my own life.
Okay.
Every day felt like an absolute nightmare. I was losing OTK, my mental health, and all my friends. Emiru was one of the only people that were there for me. She ditched sponsors to go with me to Japan.
Dry our lips.
She went with me anywhere I needed because she wanted me to be happy. And she knew sometimes I freaked out, I lashed out, but she loved me and she knew I was in a terrible mental place.
Okay.
It got so bad, the stress and constant talking about the same things over and over and no sleep and depression, that most of my hair started to fall out, and Emiru started to hurt herself while we were in Japan.
That is an interesting claim. His hair falling out, that's fine. He also went bald, like he completely cut his hair, right? I don't know if it was around that time. Her, if that is true, I think this this is not a big deal in and of itself. But if it is true, she should have mentioned it so he can't use it as ammo. Like to say, if she said something along the lines of, I was trying to be there for him, whatever, it was putting stress on me to the point where I was even like hurting myself to an extent. That would be, that would definitely add to her claim more so than to his. Because now he's saying they were both in a bad mental state from his stress, but that he wasn't the one putting it on her. She was just stressed because he was stressed, because she was trying to like help him, but he's not saying that he was stressed and lashing out at her. Though she did say that he was lashing out at her, but she never said he hurt her.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck. I couldn't think straight, and being that Emiru hung out with me all day, she too started to become high-strung. Ugh. We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time.
Yep.
Things we never once did. I felt this relationship was taking a huge strain, but I thought it could be fixed over time since things were just so amazing that first year.
Yeah, it's honeymoon.
But I'm so gay. But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more. You can take it out of only mode. But as we stayed around longer, I started resenting her a lot more.
You're so gay.
I don't want to talk about this.
Bro, hold up.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits.
Hold up. It's like the first comment.
I started resenting her a lot more.
You're so gay. Oh my god. Bro, give me a second. No, come on, let me do it. Right.
I don't want to talk about this.
I'm over here.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them.
Here comes the dead rabbit allegation. By the way, this allegation of her neglecting the animals is not the same as saying, as what she said, that he would say that she killed them, but it's along those lines. But I think because she said the ammo for this is very low. It's very low. Well, we'll see.
But to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them.
You don't have to turn off the chat, sure, to show like you can handle it, but turn off the TTS, that's just stupid.
Just because they felt terrible.
I mean, might as well make money while doing this, I guess, but still.
And my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you." I didn't even know there was TTS going on.
Okay. We're dying. Okay, so wait, so his brother came over, and because of the state of the rabbits, basically, did I miss something because of all the 777?
My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible. And my brother once came over and said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So over the rabbits, interesting. Okay, I feel like that's not a great. First of all, it has to be a lot worse than that for him to say, "If you ever marry her, I will never forgive you," over the rabbits. Why? Because you're both rich as fuck and you can have somebody take care of the rabbits. Okay. If she was abusive, disgusting, you know, like just a bad person, I understand that. But like over the rabbits, I doubt that. That's a weird one.
One sec.
Like so weird that it's not very realistic.
Here is a
Okay, here we go. That's a weird one with rabbits. Okay, we got pictures of the rabbits.
Here is a video up close of Emiru's rabbits. These are small little mites that are inside the rabbit cage, and she didn't care. She completely neglected these animals, and I'm not going to sit around and let people say that she didn't. People who came to my house knew that they were neglected. This is an up-close view of the rabbit cage being completely disgusting and neglected. She left them to die, and I'm not going to sit here and have her pretend she didn't. It's fucking disgusting.
I'm gonna need a date on that video. I'm just saying. I'm gonna need a date on that video. When were you, like, when and why were you taking that video before you broke up? That's something I would like to know. Like, what is the context of taking this video? Why is it still in your drive? Where did you find this video? And why did you take it to begin with? Like, that is a suspicious video, is all it is. Like, where did you get this video? Did you manufacture it after the breakup? And that's how you used it to, like, there's so many questions, right? Like, you can fabricate this video, right? Especially if, like, you threaten her months before, or like you plan to threaten her with it, you would already procure the evidence and make this video ahead of time, so that then later on you can threaten her with the stating that I will tell everyone you killed your rabbits. Again, I don't know which one is true. I'm just saying that it's like how where did you get this video? You know, like,
this is a video
skeptical.
from my own brother. I didn't record this.
Oh, it's from your brother.
These are mites all around her cage. Okay. I would tell her to take care of them all the time, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many died just over a year or two of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt bad, and my brother once came over and said that if I marry her, he'll never forgive me. In fact, when Maya came over during my cancellation, she actually commented on Emiru's rabbits and said, "These rabbits are completely neglected, and this is disgusting."
Gonna need Maya to confirm that claim. I told you, Maya is gonna get dragged into this, or the Hassan thing. I fucking knew it. Okay, she will get dragged into this. And if Maya confirms this one claim, which by the way, she doesn't have to, but I feel like the Mizkif guys will probably try to demand it. And this whole claim right now about the rabbits, I think Maya holds all the keys. Or all the balls, whatever. That's good. Oh man, this is gonna unravel so much shit.
Emiru wouldn't clean the cages, and the smell became so bad that we started to have the rabbits just be outside. I told her if that's the case, she's got to make sure she's giving them water, because they are her responsibility. Instead, these rabbits were left outside in 100-degree heat with no food or water or anything. Most of the time being in cages with no bedding besides poop all over the place. Emmy didn't care. She would sit inside and play League of Legends all day, and what this showed me is that I don't want her to be my children's mother, and I couldn't see myself marrying her.
So why'd you send those texts at the end in May and August? May and was it August or May and October actually even? Because like she showed the text that's like you want her back and stuff like that. Well, I guess you'll talk about it.
The fights from these times started to get worse. I would constantly want to be farther and farther from her. I would use her for content, but after stream would want to be alone. I didn't know how to break up with her or end things. She was a co-owner of my org, the only person I knew, and the strain of the relationship and hiding the relationship was really taking a toll on me. On top of that, the stalkers were getting worse. One stalker came to my house, and I had to point a gun at him for 30 minutes until the cops came.
We will need a corroboration of that by Bonnie, because Emiru claims that Miz was behind the door with a gun and Bonnie confronted him. So again, something that we will need a confirmation from Bonnie. How did that stalker situation actually go?
These stalkers are no joke, and the pressure from the relationship, the anger I felt, and the stalkers.
She's so thick, it's unreal.
And the stalkers
fixer.
as a whole really made us lash out at each other.
The comments.
She would tell me that she doesn't realize what she's doing, that she didn't understand what she was doing wrong. But I would constantly tell her on and off stream.
That one, by the way, based on like how I view Emmy, and again, this is like I don't know her obviously, but when he says, "I don't know what I'm doing wrong," this is this. I actually think she said that quite often, and that is based on her messages regarding her warrior in WoW. Funny enough. I don't want to say she looks clueless or like stuff like that, but or air bubbly or whatever, but it does seem like that is her kind of like go-to response, like what am I doing wrong kind of thing. She seems like that type of person, but I don't know her personally. She just seems like that type of person. However, the fact that Asmongold and Tectone are not fans of him, and I respect both of them enough, like they seem legit enough. It could all be a conspiracy. He's actually the good guy, everybody else is evil. It could be. But from my like non-related point of view, Tecton and Asmongold look like they have realistic takes of like their takes are like based in reality. So I don't think they would just hate a guy for no reason. The only thing I can think of, like why Tecton would hate Mizkif, is that Tecton, like us, well, I mean, assuming that everything he said about Mizkif is a lie, right? Like the whole like borrow money and like he fucked him over, yada yada. Assuming that's a lie, would be if Mizkif would make the claim now that Tecton was actually in love with Emiru. Oh, that would be fucking hilarious. Imagine like he comes out and says Tecton is in love with Emiru, and that's why he hates Mizkif. If he does that, don't believe anything Mizkif says at that point. That would be a fucking next level.
That she needs to do more because these stalkers are getting worse.
Yeah.
I know I wasn't perfect with my language or tone throughout this
Probably.
entire relationship. I know I wasn't.
Okay.
And I was aggressive at times. In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress older, to stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and schizos as a whole.
Yeah.
Stop talking about past
Fair.
relationships. And yes, I didn't
Fair.
want her to travel without me. I also
Fair.
said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want Emmy to get assaulted. I didn't want some man to do something to her when I'm not there, and I wanted to keep her safe. And I know with how my mental was and who I was back then that I didn't do everything right. I know I could have done better.
So all of those are very fair arguments. Okay? Very fair arguments. Question is how you went about it. Obviously, if your girl is being stalked, you want to do everything you can as the man to protect her. I think that's completely normal. That being said, you guys are rich. She can hire security for her special outings. You know, security is probably better than Mizkif can protect her. You guys probably both have stalkers, realistically. So security would have been your best bet. And again, you guys would have the money to hire the security. If Jeff Doherty could do it, you guys could do it. So again, I understand the argument and I agree from like mano a mano, but I'm also a broke mano. And if my girl would need to go someone and I wasn't a broke mano and she had stalkers, probably security.
And I'm sorry. I know I was controlling and I should have just ended the fucking relationship, but I was so confused as a person. And I'm sorry I didn't. I'm sorry things got to this point, man. The last 9 months of this relationship, things got extremely fucking toxic. I told her to move out. She didn't move out on her own. I told her to move out because I wanted space, but she still wanted me around at all times. She would get upset if we didn't sleep together or if we weren't around. She always wanted me to drive over to her house, but I never wanted to because I wanted to be alone. And that increased our fights, but the stalkers continued, and I got even more stressed. They started to take pictures of me whenever I would drive to her house.
Don't fall for his old chat. Christ. Okay. Well, again, we need a third party to corroborate a lot of this. Did he want Emmy to move out? Because they can say, you know, he said, she said. What does the third party know? Because let's be real, they probably know. Right? I'm sure like Asmongold is gonna do like a fact check. Asmongold will do a fact check video regarding this.
My every movement, I couldn't take it. Between the rabbits, the stalkers, and the overall ability to handle situations with each other, I knew this wouldn't last. But I didn't know how to get out of the relationship. She did not want to move out. As for me telling Cheddar to leave my house, he was swatting at Chompy constantly and making him bleed. I not only was the one that wanted her to move out first, I was the one that wanted the cat out of the house because he was attacking my cat.
Okay.
Every month went by the last year, and our fights started to get louder. We were breaking up with each other almost weekly. Fights were getting more aggressive, and shouting began to increase.
Yeah, like I said,
I was not perfect, and I reflect on this.
Like I said, they broke up multiple times. So even if the claim that she made about like him hugging her and kissing her, and then like putting his hand down there, that claim, again, in my opinion, likely not an SA type of activity. Okay, was probably one of the we fight, we break up, we kiss, we make up
situations with poor taste to myself. I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression. I one time did say I was gonna...
Okay. Now, I'm not an advocate of like if a woman throws shit, like, you know, you should leave. But plushies and clothes is not the same as, you know, China. Okay, it's not the same as throwing forks or throwing plates. Okay. As long as she throws soft things, you know, not a good sign, but it's not the end of the world. If she just throws hard things, now that's something you really gotta walk away from.
Kill myself during an argument, but Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening.
Damn, talk about toxic relationship. Jesus.
I'm just going to leak everything because I don't really care.
Oh, let's go.
This is the situation. I told her that a stalker's at the house. I'm freaking out. What is happening?
Call me when you can. I'll call you back later. I feel like shit right now. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone in life.
Can you call me? I'll call you. I literally want to kill myself. I can't take this anymore.
Okay.
I feel so alone and like a problem.
Okay.
So just want to show this. She was also using the I want to kill myself a lot in our situation and relationship.
Such a toxic
This is while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers. This stalker who was at my house, his background picture was Emiru. And when he talked to the cops, he was in love with her and thought that she was talking to him. It is disgusting what these stalkers can do.
Yeah,
I will say this.
100%.
The fact that this guy came to my house and the result of it was a cop brought him down the street to a QT, which is a 7-Eleven, 15 minutes away, and that's all they did, is terrifying for these girls and terrifying for the situation in general.
100%. That is 100%. Like, yeah. Unfortunately, the law works in the sense that's like if you didn't commit a crime, you can't be arrested. Like, they have to wait for you to actually make the crime. And there's also like...
Sorry.
It's called attempted murder, not attempted stalker, right? So it's like if you attempted stalker, it's not a crime. To the point where, like, honestly, stalking realistically is not a crime. Like, making somebody feel afraid is not a crime. Like, unfortunately, but it's not, you know? Like, I wish it was, but it's not.
I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy.
But shooting him when he trespasses you in Texas, as far as I know, is also not a crime. So trespasses like your house, and you have a fear for your life, also probably not a crime.
Point. I knew we had to end it, and soon.
Probably is a crime, but...
One day, Emmy posted a very provocative picture, one that she knew I would hate, and she posted it to make me upset. She admitted that she made me upset with it, and we got into a heated argument, and I broke up with her.
The rabbit?
We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we can make it work. We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food, and then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
She yelped, and I immediately sprung
That's the
up
one.
and was scared if I did anything wrong or did wrong in general.
That's the one. Again, like I said, if it's like, again, it's like the multiple breakup and coming back together. If he starts kissing you and you're not doing anything, if he like hugs you, then kisses you and you're not doing anything, then... I mean, I'm sorry, but it's like you guys had sex multiple times by then. He would probably think it's okay. Like, it is what it is. It's just normal.
I got scared and left the house.
Yeah, obviously.
I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
Well, I mean, it's a weird situation, for sure.
But we got back together soon afterwards.
Oh.
And during those last few months where we were fighting, we were still fighting, but it did feel like the relationship had good progress. And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future. Since it's been 3 years, we should see what we want. And Emmy had an idea to write down everything.
Hold up.
But we got back together soon afterwards. And during those last few months where we were fighting, we were still fighting, but it did
Saying it didn't sound like sexual
feel like the
assault.
relationship had good progress.
The fuck is Dale?
And we were both agreed we need to talk about our future.
It's not sexual assault, bro. I'm sorry, that is not sexual assault. If it's the way he said, and honestly, if it's even in the way she said, it's not sexual assault.
Since it's been 3
Enros predicted this word for word, lol, and you spent years hating on him. Now look.
years.
Okay, that's what he said.
We should see what we want. And Emmy had an idea to write down everything we wanted on paper. I'm going to let everyone know that what I'm about to say is very true. This is exactly what happened, and she cannot argue this.
Okay.
One day after staying over Emiru's house, Emiru made me breakfast and she wrote down everything she wanted. She wrote she wants me to move closer to her. She wrote that she wants me to marry her. And she wants kids with me in the next 5 years. And I just looked at this letter that I was staring in front of me, and I just handed her back the paper. She began to cry, and I told her, I'm sorry, I just can't do this anymore. I knew we were just beyond the point of toxicity in the relationship, that our trust had completely...
Like, funny enough, again, as somebody who doesn't know Emmy, that sounds like a very Emmy type of thing to do. Like, I made you breakfast, and like give you like a note with like both hands kind of thing. I feel like that sounds like something, like she looks like the type of person who would do it. I don't know.
Died, and that we had so many issues that I couldn't deal with it, and I was not mentally well.
Yeah.
I walked away. I went to her door, and as I opened it, the last words I ever heard her say is, "Don't go. I love you."
Which, funny enough, that is something that he did write in his text to her. In that slew of texts that he sent her later. Which, by the way, would be interesting if he has the same texts and if she replied to any of them. Because on hers it shows she doesn't, but she could have deleted that, right? It's fucked up.
That week, I made flights to Japan because I didn't want to sit around and wait to possibly get back together again.
Okay, fair.
I have never talked to her in person since. I have messaged her numerous times wondering why I have been removed from OTK, Discords, and I was very scared because I didn't know what was going on.
Now, again, realistically speaking, if that all happened in this exact order, of like, I can't do this anymore, we're breaking up, and he goes to Japan and suddenly he gets disconnected from everything. Yeah, that would be very frightening for him, because it's like he would probably have an assumption of why. She's like, did she like say something that is not true, kind of thing, you know? But we'll see.
Nobody was talking to me or contacting me, and I have had so much regret. Times where I wanted to go back, times where I've drunk messaged her love letters, as you saw on stream.
Yep.
But after 10 months, I know we're much better off without each other. I did see her at a party once at Simply's house. The house was very small, and I opened the door, I said whoops, and proceeded to talk in the other room about what I possibly did wrong, and began to bawl out and be depressed because I just saw my ex-girlfriend. I want to make it very clear. I was not following her, nor lingering around her. I was with others the entire night. The house is about 2,000 square feet.
Now we'll need your friend to corroborate that he didn't actually go up to Emiru and apologize to her. That you were acting weird that whole night. There's so many, like, we need like so many people to corroborate what either of you is saying. It's kind of crazy.
With about 50 people there. I, of course, was near her, but I was never following her.
Real man.
This year has been very hard for me, and I'm sure for her. I even went to Japan and drank every single night just to sleep. Going from being with each other for 3 years straight and trauma bonding to be completely alone is such a difficult thing for both of us. I began therapy in February of this year with EMDR therapy, something she recommended me when we were dating.
Okay.
I'm very happy to say that I feel better than ever, and I've gotten a lot of the stress I've had away. I've also moved from Austin myself, and I've had a lot of trauma lingering from there as a whole.
That's what happened to his gym. Wasn't his gym in Austin too? Is this gym still a thing? Like, I don't know, because he said the gym was profitable, so...
I feel a lot better from that. I truly hope nothing but the best for Emmy. I know she said a lot of these things today, and I do believe a lot of them were false, but I do hope nothing but the best for her, and I'm sorry that any of this happened. I hate that we're in this situation, and I hope that she can move on. We were in a toxic relationship. I saw that. I've realized over the years of 2 relationships now online that I'm a horrible boyfriend and I have a lot to work on for myself. I've been single for the past 10 months, and I plan to stay that way. I'm continuing to go to therapy and work on myself, not just for me, but for the people around me. Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
If you're wondering if it's scripted, the answer is, of course it is. I wrote it out because I cannot freeball this. This is a very serious situation. I want to make this real, and that's it. Okay? I am going to stand up for myself. I am going to defend myself in these situations. I am not going away. I have no plans to go away. And I believe a lot of the situations today were absolutely exaggerated. I have dozens of photos and videos.
The only thing, it's like, here's the funny thing. The only thing that wasn't exaggerated and also that was supposed to be the worst thing. So it's like, if let's assume that everything, like Emiru would say, because from her point of view it would be more exaggerated. The worst thing that he was supposed to have done was the SA, and that is not the worst thing. Because it wasn't even SA. Based on how she described it and based on how he described it, good luck proving it is SA, and honestly, again, doesn't look like SA to me.
Videos, calls, and messages as well, if she has them. I have things I will be leaking over the next few days of other people, of other things. I have a lot of messages that I have that I'm going to expose as time goes on, because I do believe that this is a time to go fucking buck wild.
Yep.
But I want to make it very clear. When it comes to Emiru, when she says that I was getting ready to go after her and that I was going to use her rabbits against her, that was never the plan. My plan for myself was very simple. If Emmy were to say something about me, I would say something back. That's it. I never had a plan in my life to go after her or do anything. It was if she ever said anything, I would say something as well. And that's completely understandable.
This is gonna get ugly. Yep. I want to see if he has something to say about Asmon and Tecton, though.
Can you clarify what, if anything, was said to her team at TwitchCon? I said that if she goes after me, then I will go nuclear. And that is exactly what I said.
Okay.
And that is what's going to happen.
Okay.
Because you can't mess with me anymore. I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry, I don't. Go after me all you want. I have nothing to lose. And I will say this proudly. Emiru abused those rabbits. She did. And if you're in Austin, Texas, and you want to say that she didn't abuse those rabbits at my house, you're lying. You know she did. She abused those rabbits and she let them outside. And it's disgusting. And I didn't want to bring this up ever. This was not something I planned on bringing up in my life. But it's something that she claims that she didn't do, and people are trying to defend her from that. Like Asmongold, where he says that one of her rabbits she took and brought around. What about the other 6 rabbits that died? As for...
So here's the thing, right? Like, if Asmongold's only defense... Okay, I'm just trying to be as fair as I can, because, like, you know, previous video, I'm all on Emmy's side, technically. But again, from her perspective. From his perspective, right? If Asmongold's argument is that, well, the rabbit that she brought was healthy, you know, it's the same as like, well, you know, when people are around, Hassan is not shocking his dog. That's the same argument kind of thing. So, yeah.
What happened with me and Emiru, it is I mentally have been fucked up for years.
Probably. Yeah.
And I'm very proud of myself for working on myself. And I think leaving Austin was the best thing, not just for me, but for everyone around me. I do believe that. I fucked up a lot. And I'm never going to not admit that. And I realized I need to be alone. I never got kicked out of Austin, Texas. I left myself.
You don't have to be like actually kicked out to need to leave, kind of thing. But the OTK scenario, we need receipts about what happened with OTK and you, because he was still in the org after the accusations of the cover up. He was still in the org. Based on what he's saying is that after he broke up with Amy, that suddenly he was kicked out of the org without any fucking notification.
You're still mentally fucked? I am.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm absolutely mentally fucked. I have been slowly working on it. I do feel like I've been getting better. I feel like I'm very calm right now. I don't feel stressed. I don't even feel angry. I feel that every day I'm trying to learn more and more and do better. But
10 subs,
I'm going to
bro.
stand up for myself in a lot of these situations because
He's getting
a
a lot of
lot of it
subs
was
right
not
now.
true. And I don't like that she was portraying that it was just me who was at fault. It was a toxic relationship, and that's what it was.
To be fair, she did need to portray it as a toxic relationship. She can't just like blame everything on the guy. Yeah, it's a bit sus. Like, it's fine to say that he did a lot of bad things, but like, you need to also take some responsibility. You know, I was also, you know, doing things. You know, I was also like fighting with him. I was also this and that and that. Like, Emmy's whole thing was, as far as I remember, which I responded. I talked about like what 2 hours ago. As far as I remember, she practically didn't take any responsibility for anything. It was all like Mizkif's fault kind of thing, which is, again, that you can. It's a bit sus. Good shit, King. I love.
Why
the
was
comments.
viewership so important? I will bluntly say this, and I'm very honest.
Okay.
I was, and I still am, but I very much was someone that was massively obsessed with streaming and viewership.
Okay. Please
And when my cancellation happened, and even before it, I mean, it's something you guys know. I've been massively obsessed with streaming and viewership over the years, and it's disgusting, and it has ruined my fucking life. It is something that
Okay,
I
fair.
am envious of others. I am angry at others because of it. It makes me jealous when I see others doing well, and it has made me realize that I am I'm never happy for someone else if they're doing much better than me. You guys know this is true if you watch my old stream. I've always been this way. I've been very envious of other people,
Fair. Okay.
and
At least he knows.
it's a problem. It's a serious. I'm definitely way better than I was now, or I am now, but it's a serious problem that I am still working on to this day. I am not perfect, and I fucked up with that. I've been this way for a very fucking long time, where I'm a competitive dude, and I think I'm very competitive with streaming because I really care about it a lot. I've sunk my whole life into this thing. So did you really drive 150 miles an hour? I'm going to say that.
Why not release all the proof today? Probably he didn't have it prepared. Like, he didn't have it ready. Like, that's, like, you know. I mean, we can also say that he needs time to fabricate it, but realistically speaking, she just came out with a video. He probably right away started writing a response, took note of what she said, started writing a response, and then went online and did his response. So
It's very clear. If you know me in Austin, Texas, I drive fast everywhere. I drive fast literally everywhere. I'm in an Audi R8 in Austin, Texas, where the freeways are open. I drive fast all the time.
well, the question is about the killing yourself and her in the car. That's the question, because of the Mr. Beast thing.
I do. I don't even remember what situation she was talking about.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we were in cars with each other all the time. I remember one time when she was picking me up from the airport, and she was in her blue Corvette, and she started the speed when we were on a straightaway when she was getting mad, and she stayed quiet. I don't remember the exact speed she got up to, but we were definitely flying.
Interesting. Again, can't corroborate. Like, no, like, these are claims that are like he said, she said. So it's a hard one. So bad, man. Yeah, X150 is light work. Jesus Christ. Don't drive when you're emotional. 100%. Well, he says he just drives fast regardless of his emotions. Anything else?
But I'll say this as well. I have no problem admitting fault. the person that I was during that relationship, and I would say the Mizkif in Austin, Texas, is fucking disgusting. I hated myself. I hated this person that just sat there all day, stressed and angry and mad at the fucking world. I hated being this upset person because I know you are who you hang out with. And I definitely changed Emmy in a lot of ways and made her very stressed
That is
as
a good
well.
question somebody asks. Why do you think she's doing this? So something happened with him recently. That's her excuse. I wonder if he's gonna answer.
And mentally, the situations we were in, it just cataclysmed both of us. I was a very toxic person, and I knew I needed to get out, so I broke up with her. In fact, I broke up with her twice. The first time I broke up with her, I really thought it was over. And the second time I broke up with her was forever. I did message her a lot afterwards, primarily for OTK stuff, but
See that way.
there were times where I did want to go back to her. I'm not going to pretend I didn't. I was drunk. I thought I needed to, but
Blame it on the
yeah.
alcohol, baby. Rust event. Miss doing COVID, you saved my life. Keep working on yourself, righting your wrongs, stay true to the truth.
That's it. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about.
Can you drop the nukes on NMP lol? Dude. This is gonna be hilarious if they start dropping nukes on one another. I'm all here for it.
Leak something? No, not today.
Yet. Not yet.
This is something I think that we went over, and
Not yet. It's gonna get heated more, which sucks.
I am glad that it is out there. What I just said, and that's it.
Yeah, you can't leak yet. You need them to respond.
That's it. I said what I had to say. I appreciate you guys listening.
God damn.
And I will be back. I'm not leaving anytime soon.
Sloptuber's gonna have a blast with this one.
I'm gonna go relax. It's been a pretty rough day.
Oh yeah, it's been a day. Oh yeah, it's been a day. Jesus. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting week at work. Watching these back and forths, and we'll see all of the compilations of the girls that will be coming out. We'll see if he has any defenders. Yeah, man, this is gonna be an interesting one.